So this is a massive game for Wednesday tonight. We need all 3 points. Just need them after the last 3 games. Let's see if we can get back to winning ways tonight. Hello and welcome to this video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. I much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people facing, subscribing lets me know you like the channel. Hit that notification bell to let you know when videos go live and live streams happen. There'll be one on Friday as per usual. So, when they need a win here against Cheltenham, who are in really good form, which is not something we want to hear or say when we're really out of form. Now, we weren't great versus Forest Green. We lacked a little bit of something, just had chances but nothing buried. In the Barnsley game, we had a lot of chances and looked good. We just couldn't finish it off. And in the Bolton game, as soon as Windass went off, we went a little bit to sleep. Now, the team news tonight is interesting. It's a very interesting lineup. I've seen a couple of things on Twitter. Some people he's gone into panic mode. Some people said it's very strange. Yeah, let's talk about it. So let's start with our team news. Southwell, Jackson, Long, Taylor, Bradbury, Ferry, Rhea, Succombe, Broom, Keane, May. Keep an eye on May. We know what you like. McDonald, William, Raglan, Goodwin, Barker, Perry, and Olaki. Now, he's gone for Stockdale in net. I think this is very harsh on Dawson. I think it's a bit harsh, really. But I'm wondering if he's taking out just for getting his own mental health back after the last two. This is what the kind of game he said. If there was a player ready to step in, we've got two keepers fighting each other. So we'll see. Hunt, Palmer, Iorfa, no Flint. Flint is not in the side. And again, I think people are going, why did he not pick Flint? This makes me a little bit worried. Flint had it where he's done 2 games and he has normally dropped in. So I do see it. So it's Hunt, Palmer, Iorfa, James, Johnson, Volks, Backinson, Bannon. Congratulations to Barry Bannon and his missus for having the birth of their second child, a lovely little baby boy called Wilf. His little girl is going to be an amazing big sister. Gregory and Smith up top. Now, the subs are Dawson, Flint, Femeru, Brown, Adeniran, Deli Bashiru, and Wilkes. That is your bench. We have an attacker on the bench in Wilkes, which is fantastic. Now, I know on the Sheffield Wednesday, Talking Wednesday podcast with Dex, I have called out Backinson. I have said I don't think Backinson's been good. I think he's been quite a bad signing. But at the same time, I want him to come good and prove me wrong. I want him to come good and prove me wrong. At the start of the season, he looked like a really good, solid purchase. And then it's not really carried on. So I really want him to go out there, put his foot into the game, put his stamp on it, that's the word I'm looking for, and have a really good game because I want him to come good. Darren Moore obviously thinks to the player there or he wouldn't have brought him in. Gregory Smith up top, kind of expect that. Wilkes is on the bench though, so it'll be interesting to see what happens with Wilkes and how he comes on and plays because he will make a difference, definitely. So we need to make sure what we do tonight and get all 3 points. We need to get all 3 points. That's the end of the conversation. With Barnsley losing last night, it really did help, and we need to get 3 points, get back on top of the table, and then get 3 points at home versus Lincoln because it's a big set of chances where we can start to reset again and go. So let's see what happens. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to say I'm worried, but I am a little bit concerned that I'm hoping the heads are in the right mind. But let's see what happens, and hopefully 3 points by the end of this. First half, they started really well. Now, the weather's not helped, and the weather's going to be bad for both things, and the ball keeps sticking. But they started really well. They come at us. They've done the Barnsley playbook, is what I'm calling it now, because that's basically what it is. They managed to get in our face, to get the ball a little bit, work it a little bit. We look a bit slow and lethargic sometimes at the back. Stockdale has been an absolute lifeline in this first half. He's made 3 very crucial saves. Now, we've had chances, but nothing's really sticking up top. Like, it feels like Gregory and Smith are too far away. They're not close enough, so that knockdown thing's not working. Bannon trying to make things work in the midfield. Johnson and Reece James sweeping, going in between each other have been really good. Backinson, not been that bad, actually. To give him credit, he's done some good running. Sometimes he just doesn't he don't like the defending part of the game. He struggles with defending. Palmer gets a very stupid yellow card and gives them a really good free kick. But Cheltenham have been the better team for me personally. They've had more chances. They are very dangerous on the break, on the counter. We have to be very careful because as soon as they break and we're not at it, they break fast. And then when we're going forward, we break, but we're not fast as them. They're already got men back behind the ball, and it taking us a while to get that, dig that ball in, try and get the different crossing. We get crosses in, but when they're in, it's a little knocked down, and it's been little bits as good chances in terms of like at the keeper. But it's nothing that's really, I want to say, actually tested him. There was a good one by Volks. There was a really good free kick by Bannon. But at half time, it's 0-0. And they look the better team. And we seem very rattled at the back. And you can tell we're missing that spark in midfield at times. Barry Bannon doing a lot of the work, trying to get things working. Johnson trying to get base down the side. And he's getting it now and again with Reece James overlapping. But then we've got a whole side on the right where there's nothing happening. There's absolutely nothing really happening. Palmer getting down it to Wick crossing, but apart from that, that's about it. We really need to look at changing something. Second half, probably it could be a good game for Wilkes, just with his pace, because at the moment, it's difficult to say because they are managing to do the counter thing. And they'll go into that half time thinking we can get a goal here. We can get a goal here. They're just hanging on right now. And we need to come back with a win. So we'll see what happens. But at the moment, it's 0-0 to 0-0 in the game, I should say. And we probably need to try and use the ball a little bit better and start a lot faster because we're letting them start really well, like we did Forest Green and like we did a bit like Bolton when Windaf went off. Need to start a little bit better. But at half time, it's 0-0. Let's see what happens. So second half, we started okay. Started to like we could get back into this, try and get things. Good saves pulled off by the keeper to stop Smith. A good double save actually. And we're getting ball width forward. Reece James is getting the ball knocked forward a bit as well and getting some good crosses in with the link-up play with Johnson. It does feel like sometimes we're missing something now and again. But you're thinking, right, let's see what we can do here. And Iorfa goes down. And you're thinking that's not good. And he looks like he can try and run it off. But they go 1-0 up. And Iorfa, the defender, just can't seem to get his foot sorted because it's obviously done something to the ankle. And they go 1-0 up. And it's a very good goal. And May has been an absolute nuisance all game for us. An absolute nuisance. He's such a good player. I wanted him in the summer. I wanted him in January, and it just wasn't going to happen. Looks like he actually might go to Wrexham if they go up by the sounds of it. And you're thinking, right, let's see what we can do here. Off goes Iorfa, on come Flint, because Iorfa can't do it. He basically run. But you're thinking, right, let's see what we can do here. And they have a really good shot. It parried by Stockdale. But they go 2-0 up from that. And you're like, we need to wake up. We need to get a bit tighter. And you're thinking, something needs to change. We get a corner, it goes in, it's good with ball. We make another substitution. Off go Backinson. Actually not had a bad game tonight. Half Belfry looked okay, but still not great. On come Wilkes. Wilkes comes on. And it's good to have someone on like Wilkes, someone with a bit of pace, someone to run at them a little bit. Keep trying to angle up that shot. Does play with back to goal a little bit, which is a bit odd. Baz with a free kick. Good free kick in. You're thinking, right, can we do something here? And we do make it 2-1. It's Flint with the head. And you're thinking, right, let's just go for this now. Let's try and get back into and get out of Dodge. Because at the moment in time, we do not look like a team that is going to get back into this before that goal. Start getting more balls into the box. And you're thinking, right, can we do this? Wilkes heads it wide. A really good chance. But then Gregory makes it 2-2. You're thinking, fantastic, we're in it. And we did keep going, but they've had their chances at the other end. And again, it's another one of those teams who has had a game plan, and we've just not been able to match it at all. We were lethargic in the first half. We make another sub. Adeniran comes on for Hunt. Hunt looked like he was limping a little bit, so hopefully that's not too bad. And right near the death, Adeniran had a really great chance and he hits it and it just goes over. And then just as the final whistle's about to go, Volks has a shot. It hits the post. If that goes in, that would have gone mental. But we get a 2-2 draw. This was our game in hand. I would have rather had points on the board than games in hand. We lost our game in hands. We lost one, I think, and drawn this one. Out of the possible points we could have got recently, we got 2. It is what it is. We're just gonna have to take it. But we are still second. If it's a big if Derby can do us a favour versus Ipswich, it would help a lot. But we are still second. It's still all in our hands. We're on 79 points. Ipswich get a win, 75, 76, 77. We'll put them on 77. It will make it very interesting. If you think of what Ipswich record is at the minute, they have won a lot of games. We stopped the rot a little bit, which is the main thing. We stopped the rot. Now, Plymouth don't play. We got Lincoln at the weekend. Lincoln are currently in 14th place. They've done loss, draw, win. We're on loss, draw, win. So they're coming to our place, and this is our first home game for a very long time since Bolton. And that Bolton game that we had seems like a long way away, which was St. Patrick's Day. It's not been great. So we have 3 away games on the fin. We got Lincoln at home on April the 1st. Then we got Oxford. Then we got Aki. We got 2 back-to-back away game, Burton and Bristol Rovers. We then got a home game versus Exeter, Shrewsbury, and then it's Derby. Some big game coming up. We need some player back as well. So let's see what happens. But at the end of the day, it's 2-2. We get out of Dodge. But Jesus Christ, we made a hard work of that.